We're back on the Donkey's Feedback kind of series. So today we're reviewing a game called Gunkata game, a Bullet Flow, possibly. I'm not great on pronunciation, so that probably will be wrong. But anyway, and it's kind of interesting. It's got a nice little theme to it. Obviously, it's very early stages because it is all circles and squares, but it's the concepts and stuff and the ideas that kind of seem to work better. No, we can't scroll there. Never mind. Anyway, the game is sort of a mechanical engine. That's what I was trying to say. To test a few things for a possible future project, which would feature actual graphics and nice bullet time animations. The system itself is heavily inspired by XCOM cover mechanics. But yeah, I saw that was actually really nice. I wouldn't be proved with a bunch of stuff if I receive a positive reaction. We'll go back to that in a minute. The plot is a mix between The Matrix, Equilibrium and Dark Tower. There isn't a plot at the moment, but I think what you're saying is in the future, if you were to continue it, that's where it would go. Features: randomly generated terrain, increasing difficulty, blue and red circles. Well, yeah, that is a feature. Controls, they are stupidly simple. And yeah, actually, going on this positive reaction thing, this person here kind of summed up quite nicely, in that really you don't need to have a positive reaction, because at this stage it's pretty, there's nothing that you can really criticize about it, unless it's like glitchy or something. The idea is kind of still yet to be made, so there's not actually anything wrong with the ideas in it until you've actually done them. So by all means, continue it. It'd be lovely to see. I mean, you've got all these ideas here as well, so and the plot and everything, so it'd be kind of stupid not to continue it, but obviously it's up to you. Anyway, we're gonna open up and show you the actual game. Now, just like first off, in my opinion, it would be a bit nicer to have these be a little bit bigger, because this window is pretty tiny. I mean, when I saw this, I was like, okay, it's going to be about that size, but it's about a quarter of that size. So you've obviously just took a screenshot of this and blown it up by 2 times. But anyway, the game itself is pretty simple. You kind of just, for the moment, you're kind of just hovering until you get the highest percentage on each one. Obviously, it isn't amazing, but what I do like is the percentage numbers and how they're actually calculated. So if they're behind some sort of cover, you can see that's suddenly shot down. So if I'm here, I have a 0% chance of getting hit, but they have a 40 something and they have a 92. So obviously if I stay here, it's obviously working out the best for me defensively, but if I was to move like there, I could get them both. Pretty simple. And that's something actually I think is quite cool. You obviously got some sort of detection going on with the cubes and everything, so that's something that I quite like personally. And yeah, it does actually remind me quite a lot of the XCOM games. It's something that's quite cool. I've not actually seen it in many other games, to be honest. It's one of the few that I've seen it in. Obviously these first missions are quite simple. I do actually quite like the fact that you've got the mission name at the top as well. That's something quite nice to see. I don't often see that either. However, one thing I would say, with the numbers and everything, and I'm not saying this is anything necessarily wrong with it, but I'm just saying that there does seem to be a way where you can just kind of go into the middle each time, and as long as you go into the middle, or as close to the middle, you seem to get the most amount. In some situations it's different, like this. There's obviously quite a lot in this area, but for the most part, if you just go into the center, you get the highest percent of hitting them. So as you go on, the enemies basically get smarter, they stay behind cover more, etc, etc. It's pretty simple. We might actually die here, I don't know. Nope, looks like we're fine. And it does kind of come down to luck and randomization. I think here we're probably going to lose. Yeah, so we haven't got a lose mechanism in place at the moment. It is just we've kind of finished. But yeah, we would obviously like to see that, and definitely see it progress actually into an actual game. Would be quite nice with these being actual enemies and your player being an actual player. That would also be quite nice. I'm possibly also thinking maybe like buildings instead of blocks. I'm just basing off what you've put here, so possibly like abandoned buildings in like a wasteland apocalypse kind of style. That would be something that I think would work quite well in it, instead of obviously squares, because if you add in realistic looking players and realistic looking enemies, you're going to have to add in realistic terrain as well. So that was something to add in. We're just going to read through these as well. So it's unreliable and the world is telling you to stop practicing it. Okay. You are proud knights and you look really cool in battle. Okay. Your very existence is obsolete. Your last knights will die one after the others. So basically it's like building up to being a hero. It seems to be the gist of it. So it might as well be quite good. Obviously what I've noticed from this little bit that you've put there is there's no glitches, which is always good. I think actually I was going to say about moving into the middle, but I actually think that was not really a problem. It was more just down to randomization. So physically there's no glitches, there's nothing wrong with the engine you've got at the moment. But of course it is just an engine, and it is just circles, it is just squares, and you got these ideas and that's brilliant, but until they're in the game we can't really judge it based on those ideas, because they're not. That's words, this is game. Anyway. One thing I've just noticed now is that for some reason that red circle is over the text, and that'd be to do with your depth layering. But yeah, that's a small / minor thing. Yeah, I think to be honest, there's not much to work on really, apart from adding stuff in. And with this, you're saying if I receive a positive reaction, class this as a positive reaction then. And go on and do this, because what you've done here is brilliant. Just need to add more stuff in. Okay. But anyway, that was my review of Bullet Flow. I'm just going to call it that. If you like this video, remember to like, subscribe, or you do whatever you guys want to do, and I'll talk to you in the next one.